Hello, good evening, everybody. Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome to class today. Good evening, Prof. Good
Yes,
evening, Mr. Ochi.
Dr. Ikenna.
Good evening, yes, so and are
Nọtele
you?
technology. Oh,
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
you're
Please, how,
welcome.
how
I
is your
missed
Sunday,
last
sir? How's your
week.
Sunday,
Sorry.
sir?
Very
Okay.
wonderful. I praise God and you.
Yes, it went well. It went well, sir. It went well. So actually want to talk about want to enter the main work. So I don't know if you have any experience with systematic reviews currently. So, Prof, I
Everybody
said I don't know
got
if you have any experience with systematic.
uh,
Yeah.
gradually we are all well, it's just a semantic, but to me review is review. One could be empirical, then the other
Okay.
one could be literature review. Once it comes to systematic review, it's as if it's a different thing, meanwhile it's still the same thing.
Mm. Um, okay. The reason why I'm asking is that you know that currently I'm actually working on a project with a team of people. We're actually doing a systematic reviews. Some a team of people, different people, both from Africa, different nations of Africa, are working on systematic review. So I'm starting to understand. In Nigeria here, we could be here. We don't actually know the importance of some aspect of research. Research is subjective. Over here, we value more of like these programs we're doing. Most people here are either, um, you know, in one master's or PhD program or something. But over there, they tend to focus a little bit. That's I'm talking of outside Nigeria, abroad. They tend to focus more on evidence. They don't just focus on what is. Do you have a master's? Do you have PhD? They tend to focus on what's the solutions you've preferred. So the reason why I'm talking about systematic reviews. By the way, welcome everybody for those that are just joining. The reason why I'm talking about systematic reviews is that a systematic review is a good it's just a review, but it's one of the most advanced ways you can be able to build your career in any field, in any given field. Let's take for instance for those that are in health, most importantly, if you're in health or in related to anything that has to do with health, systematic reviews, having having that backlog of evidence. Okay, for instance, now most of us we are all sharing questionnaires over there in the UK, in US, or abroad, different in other climes. You cannot just collect data like that without collecting. There's something they called ethics. Ethics. You must collect an ethics clearance before you collect data. In fact, I've actually been in contact with some people, some students that before they collect data for their work, they'll have to apply. The way you're collecting questionnaire, you can just go to any office, go anywhere. For them, before they do that, they will apply to the government, maybe as Imo State government or Abia State government, wherever you apply to the government. The government will review your work. They will take time, maybe a month or two, and say, okay, you can go ahead, or you can, this work is not ethical. So over there now, they tend to support the ideas of systematic reviews. Why are we talking about systematic review? Let me give you an instance. Let me just share my screen a bit. We'll just take a very simple detour before we start the work. So this is actually what I mean by a systematic review. This is what I mean by a systematic review. 1 minute. So let me just give us what a systematic review is. Okay, so now review articles. I'm going to just give you like a breakdown of what exactly I'm talking about. Like right now, most of us are collecting, some of us are collecting data for different research, and you're collecting primary data, or some of us must have finished. For a systematic review, you do not need to collect data from people, primary data. You're just analyzing in a systematic way other work that is already done. Let me give, for instance, now. Let me give, for instance, now they want to introduce COVID vaccine in Nigeria. They're supposed to do like a systematic review. It's actually done. It's actually systematic reviews that are done. That will first of all look at, okay, they want to introduce COVID vaccine in Nigeria. Are the different research that has been done already? What have people written? Or what are the different jobs that has been done by different people to show that, okay, this COVID vaccine, this is how people perceive it. This is how. So systematic reviews are more like you are reviewing other people's work. If all of us now, maybe after everybody has finished writing the different, maybe you're writing your project, you're writing whatever journal it is. If I'm writing a systematic review, I don't need to come and collect data. I don't need to say I'm going to collect extra questionnaire. No. I just need to analyze based on a given research question. This number of work, it could be maybe 300 different journals. I'll analyze all of them. Then after I've analyzed all of them, I can be able to extract the important journals that are answering our work, that is answering the question that I have developed. So it's something that we have actually built. I'm opening your eyes to some things. Systematic reviews are something that is so important, especially as a life of a researcher, because you're not dependent. If you're doing, maybe let's say you're in HR, for instance, in HRM. If you're human resource management, you want to do any research, most likely you might need to, maybe you need to analyze this and that. You need to collect data. It's always data that is the issue. So as a researcher, somebody that everybody, I'm expecting everybody here, at least by the end of this year, you must have published one journal. So imagine now at the end of this month, we have finished we have done the different journals as a group that we want to do, which is starting today. So imagine we are done with that now, and you want to do another research. How do you collect data? So that's the reason why review articles, especially when it comes to systematic reviews, scoping reviews, is very, very important. It's one of the things that is very, I call it one of the major parts of what we'll be looking at as researchers, because we will not want to be held bound by either the unavailability of secondary data or primary data. Like if maybe let's say you want to research on something that has to do with, let's say, government policies. If you're doing government policies and you're dependent on, let's say, primary data, that means you are dependent on what you can collect. There will always be research that you cannot be able to collect. There will always be like maybe offices that will not give you the right. Maybe some people will have bias. We call it bias. So people will not want to give you the right responses to your research. There will always be bias because it could be time limited, the resource limited, so many other things. But with a systematic review, you are looking at work that has been already done by different people on the same subject. So it's something that we'll go into in the coming classes, but I'm just opening your eyes little by little to it, just little by little, because we'll all look at it in the whole. Okay, so that's that for that. So Please, for those that don't have groups, we did something last class. So before we go ahead, for those that don't have group, please, if you don't have a group, just indicate. You can just introduce yourself. That's the way we did it last in the last class. Introduce yourself. Introduce your background, your research background. What do you mean by research background is, let's say you're in the area of education. So what you're looking out for is somebody that is also in the area of education. So if you're here now, let's say you don't have a research group, please, I will need you to indicate. Okay, I've seen Prof has indicated. So any other person that doesn't have a research group
One
should
group said
indicate.
they want to adopt me. I'm now an adopted child.
I'm already suspecting somebody that will do that. But is it aligned to your objective? Is it aligned to the area of work we are into? Prof, is it aligned into the area of work that you like? Let's say, is it in your own your area, your scope?
I'm open to the area I'm doing here because already my field is different from what I came to do at CISPES. So what I'm doing at CISPES, let's say the sociological aspect, that's where I would like to switch is social standard. But aside CISPES, I still
Most
have my
people.
Pardon?
Okay. Okay. Yes, you're actually right. For those people that most people that are coming new.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. I understand that this is just an area of your work. For people that are coming new, what we are doing is this. The idea of what we are doing is this. Everybody in this group will be paired together. We already started last week. We want to publish journals as a group. So if you have like a group of one, two or three people can come together. This week I was very, very strong. So apologies to everybody that reached out to me. I'm very sorry. This week I'm going to take time and respond to everybody. I was very strong the past week. So I was supposed to review everybody's topics. If you have not sent your topic by now, I think you need to send. If you don't send your topic as a group, I will actually have to disband you as a group. I said, if you have idea of any topic that you want to choose as a group, send it together to me and send the name of the group members. So the idea is that we'll publish together, maybe group one person after the other. Please go ahead and speak, sir. Yes, Prof, go ahead. You raised your hand.
I wasn't raising my hand. I thought it was raised, so I wanted to bring it down.
Okay. 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 So the idea is we publish together as a group. We've already had that from last year. I have already showed us some of the journals that people from last year published. So I want us to be like that. By this time next year, we should have 3 or 4 journals that have been published. So I'm giving us the ground rules. All you need to do is that you introduce yourself in case you don't have a group. Tell us your background, if it's education, if it's humanities, if it's arts, if it's engineering, if it's whatever it is. So we will compare you with somebody else. There are some groups that have already told us, okay, I'm in this area. You will add it to that group. So you can have the same research purpose, you can solve the same problems. You understand? So that's exactly what we are doing. This is a free class. So you might as well invite others in case those people need to actually join the groups. Okay, so if you're here and if you're not a part of the group, please go ahead, introduce yourself. Go ahead, please introduce yourself. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, good evening. I'm Jane Cleopas. I was not in the last meeting, so I'm not really following the arrangement you're talking about concerning publications and all that.
Okay. Okay, what we are doing is you just need to introduce yourself. My name is this. This is my area of interest. Then we'll add you to a group that has similar interest. What we are going to be doing from now is that every meeting like this, we'll write a journal or work on a journal. We'll have like a practical part of it. You know, right here, what we always do is that somebody will talk, then maybe we might not have a practical area, but we might have, maybe we can have maybe 30 minutes or to 1 hour of introduction. Then the remaining 1 hour, the group now work as a group. You do one assignment per meeting. So in that 1 hour that is remaining now, you people will come up with something, you work on something. It could be maybe you want to come up with a research question based on something, or you want to come up with a exclusion criteria. So your job now is from today, after today, we're giving it as an introduction so we understand what's happening. So any group you join them together and you publish together. Any journal that you come out from there, all of you work on it together. So all of you grow together and then you can publish. So anybody that is not active in that place now, you can indicate. If you're not active, you'll be kicked out. So the idea is everybody will join together and publish journals together. So that way we can increase our journal counts, and also we can also we establish the habits of writing research. You learn it for your individual self in case you want to write for yourself. So this is more like a training on journal publication. So that's just what we're doing. Do you understand, Nama?
Yeah, I do.
So please just introduce yourself, introduce your background, like what exactly are you interested in, and we'll add it to a group before we go on, because we want to actually start working on different aspects for different groups. Go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Yeah, my name is Ofo Kingsley. I've actually joined this. I've been joining this class, but the truth is that maybe network sometimes doesn't allow me to pay attention or grab what's going on. But this journal publication now, I was not in the last class anyway. I didn't understand how it's going to be. Like, is it in line with the conference or the paper we're supposed to submit for this coming week conference, or is different from it entirely? So I want to be sure. So because currently now we are trying to join the conference that is happening on the 18th to 21st. So is this thing is the journal publication going to be different from that one, or is it going to aid or maybe be part of what we are going to be doing within that period?
Okay.
I didn't belong to any group.
It's actually not part of it. Okay, it's not part of the. Thank you very much, sir, of Kingsley. It's not part of the conference paper. This is like an extension. We started from teaching people how to write their own conference paper. I'm sure a lot of us also benefited from that. We gave everybody fair access to our writing tool, and everybody benefited, I'm very sure. So now we want to now leave the school matter. We're now talking of the real thing, how to publish your own journals. So we're starting first from a group basis. So when 2 or 3 people come together to write, after maybe 2 or 3 months, if maybe we have published 2 or 3 journals together as a group, we can split and say, okay, since I have been able to get this experience publishing outside the platform of school, this one now is I'm publishing as a group. And so you can either choose to continue publishing as with the group, or you can start publishing on your own. The main ideal of this group or this grouping is to train you in the art of research. Most of us that were actually the conference paper that we're actually talking about, most of us didn't write it. We don't know how it was written. We just upload, just get it and upload. So we want to actually learn the art of research. That's why this platform is here. I don't know if you understand, sir. So Kingsley, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear, but what I'm trying to say, per se, so this journal is the same thing that was is the same. Um, Let me be sure. So this journal that we're going to be paired to, study how to write it is the same type of journal that we're also submitting for conference, right?
No. It's not. This is the conference. The conference is one journal. We'll be writing multiple journals for different platforms. You are essentially writing journal papers. You're not writing conference paper. So this one, you are learning how to write journal paper generally. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So this one is not just conference. The conference is just one paper. We've written that one, passed it for since 2 weeks ago. So right now we're teaching people. Okay, if you say now you want to write your journal, how do you write it? So please, if you can introduce yourself, what you just need to do now is introduce yourself. My name is maybe Mr. Kingsley. I work in this area, maybe education or your ministry or somewhere, the MDA you're part of or company. So we can be able to channel you and say, okay, join this group. And it might be confusing now, but with time, as you are learning together every Sunday, you'll be learning it little by little, you'll be learning the art of actually research writing for journal publication. So that's just it. So you can introduce yourself and tell us so other people now that are not in a group yet can speak up. Maybe you might find somebody that is a part of your group. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, my name is Kingsley. I work with a private organization in Lagos, and currently I'm working on PRM department anyway. I'm working on inherent risks associated with procurement management.
Okay. Okay, that's very, very good. So you're in procurement. I think last time I checked, Madam Miriam Wakwe and Sir Engineer, I don't think he's here in this call tonight. Miriam Wakwe, please. I think you people are procurement now, Abi?
Yes, Miriam Wakwe is in
Yes,
procurement.
yes. You work
So
on
you people should,
procurement.
so you people, you can join them if I think so for Kingsley, you people can join. You can join with Madam Miriam Wakwe and I think Engineer
Odo,
Aloysius Soto.
Odo, yes.
So you people publish together. So do we have any other person? All these groupings, I'm taking my time so that nobody will drag us back. I'm taking in my time so nobody, because when we start, I'm sure a lot of people, you know how there's the way people behave. When they start seeing that I'm hearing you people are publishing together, everybody will start asking you, please add me now, add me. That time is late. So I'm doing it now so that when it starts, you know how we move. Yeah, we move very fast here. So, okay, go ahead. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Go ahead, Mr. Chinedu Amadi. Go ahead. Yes, Mr. Chinedu Amadi, go ahead. Or anybody, whoever that raised their hand, I think Marjane Klopas,
Please,
you also
I'm
raised
not
your
in
hand.
any group. Oh. I am not in any group. I'm interested in education. I'm not in any group.
Hello?
Okay, so, okay. Please go ahead, go on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't unmute. My name is Chinedum Amadi. Currently working with a private institution in Lagos, also in procurement, photos, tests, and my research is on the role of supply relationship management in enhancing procurement productivity.
Okay, so your area of work, there's difference between somebody being in a department and this is your area of interest. Just like how Prof said, you could be maybe somebody that is in geology, but you just out of a excitement or out of the joy of learning, you want to add sustainability as well, another part of the education. So, are you interested in procurement, sir? or is it just what you're studying? That's what I'm saying before I add you to a group, because there are other groups here.
Right now, I'm interested in procurement. Yes, procurement.
Okay, so you just join Madam Miriam Owakwe. So we just know that you are 4. So Miriam Owakwe, I think you add him to your group. So Kingsley, please join. So you join her group. So you guys will be 4 working together. So let's make it for now, maybe. You said?
No, I said Chinedum Amadi. That's the name of the last speaker.
So just send your numbers to her. Yes. Chinedum Amadi. Send your number to her, or you can drop your number on the platform.
Okay.
For the procurement people, you join one group. Okay. So that's that for that. So Jane, please go ahead and introduce yourself so we can know where to add you.
Okay, so I said I'm not in any group and I'll be interested in education.
Education, okay. Like we said, that is what you are looking at your future. Well, I don't know. Is there any group
so that we know
fixed last? Okay, different sectors. Okay, are you in photo? Okay, you want to know the different sectors, like
yes, so I will know the one that is quite favorable for me.
Okay, what are you interested in? What area where are you working in currently that maybe you want to focus on this area, or which area is your interest? You could be maybe in education, like love something that has to do with, maybe you're looking at getting an MSc. The way I like doing it is maybe you're like personally myself, I'm looking at trying to there's a particular PhD that I'm looking at for myself now. So everything that has to do with my actually is one of the programs I want to do next. So now for me, anything I'm publishing, I have to focus on that area. So if like in my case, it's actually AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So if I want to publish anything, if I want to join a group, I'll have to join a group that has to do with anything that has to do with AI, artificial intelligence, and microcomputing, or anything that has to do with that. So if what's your future goal, or maybe the future program you want to do, what exactly is it? So we can go to add it up.
Okay, as you mentioned, that's why I wanted to know the sectors. As you mentioned, machine learning. I didn't know there is a sector in the AI aspect, and I'm interested in the programming aspect involving AI machine learning. As you mentioned, that's when I had an idea. That's why I wanted to know the sectors first before I'll make a choice on the one that's favorable for me. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, understand, no problem. So I don't think there's any group right now that is focused on research about AI, machine learning. I'm just saying, I only said that thing as an example. It's not actually something that we have discussed focused on. Is there any group like that? Is there anybody last week?
So.
We did not have any.
So what are the current sectors? What are the sectors that are on ground now currently? So I know the one that's favorable for me.
We have procurement. We have procurement. We have HRM. We have, I think, 3 or 4 different groups. So, but for your own now, your own will be outstanding. We'll have maybe 1 or 2 other persons join us. Okay, so we have done with the group. Is there any other person? Because I want to just introduce us a bit. This is 8:32, so we just took 30 minutes to introduce and group the remaining people. Is there any other person that is not yet grouped so that we can move on? Anybody else?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Hey, my name is Emmanuel, and I'm also interested in the aspect of HRM.
Okay, you're interested in HRM. Okay. So HRM I think is Madam, I think Madam Grace Oyebule and I think Madam Grace Oyebule and Ifoma Lambo. I think, am I right?
You are right. Ifeoma Orisape. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
you are right.
Okay. Okay. So I think he will join you. Mr. Emmanuel will join you. So you join them for the HRM area. So we have defined this. So is there any other person now that we have? Is there any other person? If you are joining us, we are trying
I
to
don't
group.
have any group.
Okay, okay. My Oga himself is here. My Oga, good evening, sir. You're welcome. Please introduce yourself and the area of work you are into so we can group you appropriately, sir. Welcome. Please go ahead on your mic. Waiting for you. Hello, Mr. Chinedu Ebem. Go ahead and introduce yourself so we can add you to a group.
Think it's
Okay,
having
I think
network.
it's good. So let's just continue with the class. All right, thank you very much, everybody. So that's that for that. All right, so right from what I said is what we are going to be doing. Introduction is from the introduction that I've given us is actually writing journals, looking at what are the different what area or what this each group should publish a journal by the end of November.
Okay,
So
sorry, sir.
this is
How are we going to send the suggested topic?
we will each
Or we
person, each
start
group,
after the class?
yes, after the class, each group is supposed to meet together
Okay, we that
individually.
are groupless is a group, or
Yes.
those that don't have group, not that is a group too.
So the people, each person, and I want each person, each group to meet immediately after this class. That's the reason why we're going to close a bit early. So
Okay.
all you need to do now is we have defined ourselves based on the different areas, HR, AI, different. So immediately after this class, you people should meet together. I want to show us what exactly we can start doing on, especially when it has to do with um, coming up with a research question and also knowing the right framework to use to come up with a good topic. So that's actually what we're going to. So before that, before you start writing a journal, you actually have to look at, okay, what exactly is the kind of platform you're supposed to publish in. So we'll come back to this at the end of the work. We'll come back to this at the end of the work. But for now, let's just actually look at what exactly we're supposed to do as a group. So let me just show us something. What exactly when you are meeting up as a group, what exactly are you supposed to do? So let me just show us this. Oh, I stopped presenting. So 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Let me open the back. Okay, so just sorry about that. All right. So quickly, we're actually going to be looking at what is the framework. I was trying to get a framework of something that we are doing, something that you can use to generate a research question. I mentioned something before that the first thing that you're supposed to do if you're looking at research is what is your research question? I know some of us we're used to once your supervisor was the one that gave you your topic, you don't even know what exactly is the topic. So the first thing as a group that you're supposed to do in this class is come up with a research question. Your research question is what shows you what problem you're trying to solve. Is what actually shows you what problem that you're trying to solve in society. Most topics now, for instance, now it could be maybe the way you got your topic is just maybe you just heard it online. But professionally as a researcher, your first thing is your main research question. Like here now, you can see this that how does mindfulness meditation compare to cognitive behavioral therapy in reducing anxiety symptoms in adults with generalized anxiety disorder? So I want to give you something. I want to give you like a framework. Let me just give you a framework. Your research question now is what will guide your entire research process. Is what will actually keep on guiding you throughout the entire research process, especially when it has to do with more of reviews. Maybe you're looking at reviews as a person. So it is very, very important that you define your research question. It is what will guide you. If maybe, let's say you are reviewing, maybe you're writing a review journal and you want to look at, let's say you want to look at a certain criteria. Let's say you're building, let me give you an instance. Let's use, can somebody give us like a research topic? Somebody just give us a random research topic, maybe probably the one that you're doing now in your work. Just give us a random research topic so we can analyze it based on what I have written here so I can explain. Does anybody just give us a random research topic? Or let me just use something like this. What is the benefit? Benefit.
You can check the platform. There is one we want to work on that I pasted there for the journal, the grouping.
Okay, for the grouping. I don't know if I have access to the platform. Can you just read it out? Oh, don't worry. Let me access the platform.
Okay. It reads like this. Overcoming. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. Overcoming challenges in implementing sustainable and ethical procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State.
Overcoming challenges
In implementing sustainable and ethical procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State.
Implementing sustainable
and ethical procurement.
And ethical procurement.
Procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State.
I posted mine in the chat.
Okay. So let me give you something like let me give you just an instance of what I'll give you. Let me just give you a systematic. So let me give you an instance now. Let me use this topic that you gave. There's something that I want to open our minds to. Let me just give you an instance now. So I'm going to give you just one example of what we want to develop. I'm just going to give you an example of what we want to develop. Let me look for something that has to do with this topic now. So we can build the foundations. I don't want to rush and just say, let's start doing. It's actually not something I want to do. I want to actually give us a bit of will I say, to make us curious on the aspect of systematic reviews, especially when it has to do with research. I'm very, very passionate about systematic reviews. Very, very passionate about it. So this now is, I want to download something that is a systematic review so we can see what I mean. Okay. Okay, I think this is something like what I want. So let's use this for instance. Let's use this for instance, because anything that you're saying, okay, Madam Marianne, you said we're going to use this topic, right?
Yes, that's the topic
implementing sustainable and ethical procurement. Always, whenever you have a topic like this, always ask yourself, how do I get the data? How do people intend to get data for this topic now?
The ministries, though Akwa Ibom is a large scope, is a suggestion he brought, but I believe maybe the ministries and the departmental procurement and others will have to get data from them, people that are directly involved in procurement and know their challenges, their suggestions on how to overcome it too.
Okay, that's what you're getting is actually primary data.
Exactly, primary data.
Okay, that's the thing that I am trying to I'm trying to open our eyes. Here in Nigeria, we see it. This is like a very they call us. That's the reason why they call us LMICs, low and medium income countries, which I sometimes I fight with that name, but is a widely accepted terminology for Nigeria and India and some other kind of countries. They call us LMICs. So now this kind of research now overcoming challenges in implementing sustainable and ethical in Akwa Ibom State. This will require you, if you're going to do the work itself, you will need to go and use a questionnaire. After writing the full work, you collect data, you share questionnaire. There's something we call bias. Bias means, for instance, it's possible that maybe it's your sister. It's possible that maybe out of maybe 200 and something responses, because maybe the people that are working there are people that maybe they know you, and their responses will be skewed towards giving you positive responses. So there's a lot of bias that has to do with, especially when it has to do with primary data that is collected arbitrarily. It's not done in the right framework, which hardly most research actually do not follow the right research framework. So we're trying to say that, especially if you intend to do your PhD abroad, if you tend to, maybe you want to publish abroad, you want to do things that have to do beyond Nigeria, you should start looking at systematic reviews. So what's a systematic review? A systematic review just means that a systematic review just means that instead of doing this now, instead of collecting primary data that you share questionnaire for this topic now that you just chose, Madam Marianne, rather you go online and look for different research like this one. You look for different research like this one now. This person now wrote, this is called a systematic review. Let me show you what it means. Let me show you. Let me give you like an instance of the work. So this is a review article, right? The topic is systematic procurement research. So this now, the person had to collect data from over this is the Prisma diagram. Had to collect data from You have to collect 190 different research. You know that research has grade by grade. Anybody can wake up today and say, I want to collect a questionnaire, I want to analyze. In fact, you can even use AI to just say, let me just simulate the number of responses. What I like doing, whatever it is that personally I'm to do, I like doing the best. Something that if you go outside Nigeria, you will recognize me for it. So systematic reviews now is not to collect data primarily. You analyze already done research from different scholars across the globe. So if maybe let's say what you're doing now has to do with overcoming challenges in implementing. So normally, if let's say this thing now is not a systematic review, what's the first step you're going to take normally, Madam Mary Ann? What's the first step you will take when doing this overcoming? What's the first thing you start writing for?
I think I need to identify the challenges first.
Okay. Okay. You need to identify the challenges first. And what's the next thing that happens next?
If I identify the challenges now, I can now work towards getting a solution to the problem. Or are you talking about the getting the literature review and all those other things?
Yes. That's actually what I'm talking of. Okay. In the world of research, I'm giving us a heads up for some of us that are not, maybe we are still coming into research. If you publish this work now, I hear me, ma. If you publish this work now, after you people are done as a group, people are very happy. You publish this, and then you publish this as a systematic review. Based on all these things I've said now, based on the two aspects, which one do you think a journal publication body will reject, and which one do you think a journal publication body will accept? Okay, Mr. Chinedu, please, you can mute your mic. I think it's kind of making noise. Yes, Madam Marianne, I'm asking, as in, if you're to publish this now, the way you're using primary data, and if you were to publish it as a systematic review, which one will a journal publication body, let's say something like a Scopus, maybe you're using Elsevier, you know, sometimes we used to, we're the ones that cause our own problems. I just reached out to somebody, a colleague, I think a colleague of mine, a friend of a client actually this evening. She called all the way from the UK. So somebody was complaining that they have sent their work to, I think, Nature, I think either MPJ, one of the journals like that, and they have not gotten a response. Sometimes it's because almost the research you're doing, almost everybody, you're not solving a unique research problem. So this overcoming challenges in implementing sustainable, ethical, and procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State is good, but you need to solve a problem that is very, very needful. Let me give you an instance. Somebody comes today and said, I want to invent a phone. Everybody will all be happy because it's yes, Nigeria-made phone. Everybody wants to have Nigeria-made phone. But you will still suffer because it will take time, because somebody will say, let me not use Samsung, let me use a phone that is made in Nigeria. Well, if somebody now comes and say, I'm going to create a machine that does not need fuel, but to create electricity, that person does not need public. He doesn't need publicity. Everybody will rush that person. So it's not only that's the difference between doing research in a public institution and doing it personally for you. It's not only to just come up with a research topic. You must identify what exactly are the problems I'm going to solve using this topic. That is something that has not been done before. So that's where we now come to talking about developing a research question. Developing what we call a research question. So that's the reason why I asked everybody to please send your topic. Let me give a let's use this now to develop a proper topic for this work. Let's develop a proper research question for this work. This is the assignment I want us to do as a group. After you've developed your topic, then you develop a proper research question for this group, for this topic now. So first thing, one of the frameworks that are used for research question development is actually called PICO. It's called PICO. I've given us a heads up so that, because I see most of us here, we don't, everybody here is a professional researcher. So even if tomorrow you find yourself abroad, you find yourself wherever it is you find yourself, you should be able to know what are the right frameworks you're supposed to use wherever you find yourself, not just to just say, okay, I'm developing this, I'm studying this. What exactly did you use to study, to come up with the research question? What do you use to come up with the topic? So let's say overcoming challenges in implementing sustainable and ethical procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State. First of all, you have to define exactly the population that you're solving the problem for. So the population now needs to be defined, whereby you say, okay, the people that I'm solving this problem for now is procurement, maybe let's say overcoming challenges in implementing sustainable and ethical procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State. Who are the people? So let's do it together. I want this thing to be together, so we'll make it a fun and a lively class. So we're going to be using the PICO framework to develop a research question from this topic. So all we need to do now is we'll look at this, we'll define what is the population. So this one is for another different topic, but I left it here so that you see it as an example. So looking at this, what population exactly are we solving this problem for? Then intervention, what is the new thing? What is the interesting thing that is like a new intervention that we are trying to study? Then C means comparison. Comparison means what is the other alternative aside that intervention? That is what is comparison. Then the resultant effect is O, outcome. Let me give an instance. I'll do it once, then every other person will chip in to do it. This is the topic we formed. Let's say we want to use this topic now. Now you look at the population of study in the population of study that we are trying to solve this implementing sustainable and ethical procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State. So we can see what we are solving this problem. What the problem that we are trying to solve here is how to maintain sustainable and ethical procurement in Akwa Ibom State. For whom? The government. So we can actually use maybe the government, or we can actually use we can use Akwa Ibom State government as this is the population that we are solving the issues from. I don't know if you're understanding me. So let's say Akwa Ibom State government, or we can use government organizations in Nigeria. So that's the population. That's the people we are solving it for. So what's the intervention? The intervention is the new thing that we are trying to suggest, or what is exactly the new thing that we're trying to suggest from this. So we are saying overcoming challenges in implementing sustainable and ethical procurement practices. So the new thing that we're trying to say is a sustainable. That's the new thing we are trying to suggest as the better way to something, and ethical procurement practice. Okay, so what is the comparison? Like, if you don't use this sustainable and ethical procurement practice, what exactly can we compare it to? So what we can compare it to, can anybody give me an idea of what we can put as a comparison to sustainable and ethical procurement practice? Can anybody give me an idea of something that we can see in comparison to the intervention that we're looking at? Listen, The intervention is what is the new thing that we are trying to suggest. Looking at this topic, what we are suggesting is implementing sustainable and ethical procurement practices, right? So the comparison now is the challenges.
Yeah, challenge.
Okay, that's fine, Abby. Okay. So we can actually, okay, is the challenge, I thought the challenges are supposed to be like our outcome. Overcoming challenges is our outcome.
The innovations to overcome the current way they are doing things, the new things on board.
Well, so what do we call those things that are being done like that? Do we use I don't want to use sustainable
on technology, and also improving on overhead function of supervisory agencies.
No, the comparison that we're looking at, okay, leveraging on technology. Okay, that's an alternative. Okay, leaving on technology. Okay, and overhead. And what did you mention again, sir?
Oversight supervision.
And increasing oversight. Okay.
Yeah, improved. Maybe because we are looking at the ethical procurement, so they may have been conducting the procurement unethically as a result of no supervision.
Okay. You know that this thing now is like where you're saying, if you don't go east, you go west. That's the difference between intervention and comparison. For those that are in this class that are maybe are not understanding, we are the PICO framework just means P means who are we solving the problem for? Right, governments, maybe organizations in Nigeria. Now, what do we want to suggest to them that they should use to solve this problem? Sustainable and ethical procurement practice. Now, if you're not using sustainable and ethical procurement practice, what is the current thing they are doing? Or what are you comparing our work to? So it's this comparison now is like, if we're not cooking with gas, you can cook with firewood. If you're not boiling beans, you can boil rice. So since this one now we're not boiling, we're suggesting sustainable ethical procurement practice. We can now say, okay, let's compare it with using, instead of using sustainable and ethical, we can use, let's just leverage on technology alone for it. I don't know if we understand it. Then the outcome now is the result. So the result now, can somebody tell me what is the result we put here? So what is the result that we're supposed to put here? What results, like what do we want to see at the end of the day in this work, this research that we are just starting now? What is the result we're trying to see?
Improved procurement practices in Akwa Ibom State.
Improved procurement practice. Improve procurement practicing. Okay. So, but there's a problem here. You know, when you say sustainable and ethical procurement practice, leveraging on technology is sustainable, is part of this. Improved oversight provision is part of this. So what we are saying is this one now should be rice. Wait, let me give an instance. This one now should be rice. Then this one now should be beans. So it's either you are going for rice or you are going for beans. So you cannot say, maybe let's say you say noodles. You cannot say noodles. Then instead of saying something like beans, you now say Indomie. I don't know if you're understanding me. So whatever we are going for,
must be an alternative.
Okay. Whatever we're going for should not be part of this. We're trying to develop a research question from this topic that we have. So this is just the steps to develop a research question. We're all researchers, we're learning. So this is a new process we are trying to introduce. So what aside sustainable and ethical procurement practice, what other method of procurement is on? I think the procurement people, we can speak up here because this is you people's topic. What other method of doing procurement is there out there that is being carried on currently?
I think e-procurement now.
E-procurement
manual tendering, manual
Mm.
tendering.
That now I'm forcing us to think, because you have to open your eyes. Very soon, all of us will be doing this research on our own. So you need to manual tendering, and I can use manual tendering and
local purchases.
Local purchases.
About the counter, how does
So that's the simple thing I want us to do. So now let's develop our research question from this. So government organizations in Nigeria. So we can use, because where I'm scared of using Akwa Ibom State, because I don't know how much research that has been done already, how much research that you can get online for only Akwa Ibom State. So we could use maybe in Nigeria, government organizations in Nigeria, sustainable. If maybe you're using only primary data, Akwa Ibom is fine, but you're doing what you call a systematic review. So a systematic, that's if you're going to do a systematic review, this is what you're supposed to do. So the next one is outcome, improve. So let's develop the research question. So first of all, you can arrange to develop a research question. You can arrange it by PICO. You can use CIPO. You can use OPIC. You can rearrange it anyway. So this is how you develop a research question. You can say simply, among government organizations in Nigeria. Among government organizations in Nigeria. This is now your research question now. Among government organizations in Nigeria. Okay. Then the intervention now is sustainable and ethical procurement practice when compared to manual tendering and purchases, lead to improved procurement practices. This is exactly what this is everything this is all the things we have been speaking English. This is what we just achieved. So among government organizations in Nigeria is sustainable and ethical procurement practice when compared to manual tendering and local purchase. Does it lead to improved procurement practice? So this now, when this you see how I've changed, we've been able to change this topic. From this topic now, we've been able to get a research question. From this research question now, is from here now we can now go online and go to maybe any platform like Scopus, Google Scholar, to say you're looking for references. So we need to learn these things. So the assignment for tonight, the assignment that we're supposed to do maybe in the next 1 hour, because I believe everybody should be done by 10, is go and use the PICO framework and your group. So if you're part of any group here, you can post on the group chat. I've seen somebody has posted on the group chat. Post on the group chat so that your group members, you can add yourself in a group chat. You can join a group chat together. You can call yourself maybe procurement or different groups. I want it to be independent. All of you have your own research group. Call yourself a research group. So each person, you let me know this is the number of people, so I will not make mistake or add you to another group. So what I need you to do, like for instance now, let me give you an instance. This is let me give you an instance now. At the end of this is what we are trying to achieve. For some of us that are still like confused, we are trying to achieve a journal paper like this. This is a journal paper somebody wrote. This one is sustainable procurement, a systematic literature review, master program in industrial engineering and faculty of engineering. You see, this is not only for health, this is an engineer, but this is this is called a systematic literature review. So now what we want to do is we're going to achieve a review like this. We're going to achieve a review like this to analyze different research, come up with our research question, do the methodology, come up with we'll also come up with something like this. So essentially what we're supposed to write at the end of the month is something like this. That is, if you choose to. We have learned how to use primary data. If you choose to write with primary data, I will not force you to come and use systematic reviews, but it's interesting. A systematic review is very, very interesting. It's an immeasurable skill to have as a researcher. So you can see this now. What he did not collect responses from anybody. That research question that he found now, the way we have found our own research question, he developed a research question, used it here to look for different research based on, look at what he said there. He said he found over 190 articles. He reviewed the 190 articles and was able to get, using the Prisma framework, which is what we'll learn later on. So essentially, what we are going to do is, let's start from your group, develop a good research question from whatever topic you choose. That's your assignment for this class. But at the end of the class, at the end of the month, we're expected to write something that looks like this. Each person is supposed to develop a paper that looks like this, which you publish. I don't want us, the reason why I'm going this way is, I don't just want us to write whatever ChatGPT will give you and just go and submit. No, that is not the purpose of this class. I want you, if you submit your journal to any journal publication body, they will accept it. A systematic review is one of those things that if you do it properly, once you submit it to any journal publication body, it's most likely to be acceptable than just going online, copying stuff and submit. No, that's not journal writing. Journal writing is research, is actually something that it is, we call it academic rigor. You must make sure that you put in rigor, let them see your working. So with a systematic review or with any whatever work, we want to make sure that you show working so that you pass peer review. You can publish on any platform that you choose. I hope this is understood. All right, so this is 9/11. So if you're not in a group, just indicate in the group chat. We'll add you to a group. For those that are in a group, just go to the group chat, indicate so that your group members, one person from each group can join. I'm putting different people in charge. I think Madam Mary Ann, Madam Ifoma, you people are here, so you people can join, add yourself in a group. Mr. Chinedu, I don't know if you spoke up that time. You wanted to join the group now. Is there anybody else that is here that is not in a group so that we can go and do our assignment for tonight? Okay, sir, please go ahead and speak.
I don't have a group.
You said somebody has adopted you now.
The adoptee have not called me now.
No, the adoptee should please call you. The adoptee should just add you. The thing is, indicate in the group chat, the adoptee or adopted people should please meet together in the group. Then you people can discuss you can come up with your topic and use the PICO framework that I showed you. I'll post the PICO framework in the group and come up with a research question, a good research question. That is where we stop for this week. So that's that for that. Is there any other question? Is there anybody that is not yet in the group right now? Please.
I Ike, what I wanted to ask, this SIPO you mentioned, I know it's an acronym.
Yes.
There's only, I know maybe it's for intervention, but I know these other things are standing in for something too.
Okay.
Under research question.
Okay. Okay. Yes. PICO means population, intervention, comparison, outcome. Are we clear? I think somebody was okay. Somebody wants to speak. Go ahead and speak so that we can. I'm only giving us 2 minutes so that we can disperse and go to our different groups. At the end of this class, I'm expecting a research question from every group. Any group that does not send research question at the end of the group class will be disbanded. So, sir, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I didn't get what C stands for, please.
Okay, I will send you. Just check on the group chat now. I'm sending it to the group chat.
See, it's comparison.
All right, thank you.
Sir Ike, I don't have a group. Oh, good evening. I've been shouting since.
I've not heard you shouting.
Yes, sir. I know. I just used my phone. I was trying to use the laptop, but so now I'm using my phone. I don't have a group, sir.
Not yet. So, please introduce yourself to us. Then, what area of research are you interested in, so that we can add you to a group that will be interested in something you're interested in.
My name is Minister Judith Ugo Onkwe. I'm in SSD. I work with FUTO. My research work is on elder abuse, the prevalence and gender dimensions of elder abuse. That one is for my thesis and journal. So, but I want to concentrate on things that have to do with health, environment, health,
Okay.
I know that in SSD we teach things that have to do with health, environment.
Wait, I hope. Hold on, man. Sorry, don't be angry. I'm interrupting. I hope you know that you are going to graduate within the next 2 months. I hope you know you'll be done with.
Yes, I know.
What we're asking is what's your area of professional interest that you are seeing yourself in the next 5 years? This is still your area.
Yeah, a lot of even though I want to really get into many things, but health is okay. Then gender, this what do they call it now? That what's that one they do? They talk about gender, whatever.
Okay, gender studies.
Yes.
Gender mainstreaming.
I know you know that one, Prof.
Good things to do, but it's not all the things that you can do at the same time.
I know.
The earlier you start to pick on one thing and become a master, the better.
Yes. Even though my background, my first degree, I did information management technology, but having been exposed to a lot of things, I know I can still connect them to that study, but I want to get into health, environment, mental stuff.
Well, you're a minister.
And then gender.
My minister, administration will help.
Professor Chide.
You are already a minister. And you should be dancing towards the side that your ministry will enhance.
As well. Okay, so
I'll join you.
Okay, we don't have time. We only have 2 minutes.
Then move towards that side and leave Earth alone.
No, Allah.
No problem. We have heard you.
I will pay for you 30,000 naira.
Okay, so the thing is, what we are going to do is, what you will do is this, you will join. You will join for the purpose of this class. You will join, I think, Jane. I think
Jane.
Jane,
Okay.
Jane Cleopas, she was talking about AI, but because we don't have somebody else aside myself, I want to reduce bias. I don't want to join a group. I will just supervise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll have to add you and Jane to join together. If we should find a middle ground. I'm hearing a lot of you people are one person is gender, the other person is currently ICT, but I'm noticing that both of you still don't, maybe you're still trying to find your way. So for the purpose of this class, you people should identify one area you want to focus on. The article you will write and publish by the end of November, what do you want to write it on? So generate a topic. So you can send your number to the group, and so that she will add you, or you join, drop it to your number and add her. So Jane, please drop your number in possibly in the comment section here. I think the comment section, you can, what you do is everybody, for your group member to add you, drop your number in the comment section, so we can actually, your group member can find you, add you. But by 10 p.m. tonight, everybody must give me, every group must give me a research question. I am sending the PICO framework and the examples we used in the class tonight. I'm sending it to the research group so that we can see it as an example.
A research title or a research question?
A question. Find a topic that you want to use, like the way you said, silent suffering, knowledge, attitudes, and perceptions of domestic violence against men in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Okay, I've seen Georgina has dropped.
Who gave that one? Who gave that one? Is it Prof?
Yes, Prof gave that one now. So what I mean.
So it's in line with my line. It's in line. You see what I said? Prof, me and you must work together. See, gender something there.
So, Prof, if you don't have group, maybe you join them. Prof, if you don't have a group yet.
Holy Spirit will be touching me.
So if you don't have a group, join. I think Jane and Madam Judith.
Yes, we and Prof are working together.
3 of you can work together. So what I expect from you is
that he brought up.
You can use this topic anyhow. So look at this topic, copy this. Look at this, copy this. Go to the PICO framework. This is the PICO framework. Put it in that first, what they say, silent suffering. Now use the PICO framework now to dissect this topic that you have written. This topic now that you have written, dissect it using the PICO framework. Identify the different areas you want to work on, and then at the end of it, give me a research question. Give me a research question just like this. Do we understand what I just said? Using this PICO framework, dissect it like this, then come up with a good research question just like this. So that's clear. So I'm sending this document now to the group so that we can be able to get. So what I just need from you is go to the group and you can see it there. So what I just need to do is just go to the group. So is there any other question before we end the class? We're ending the class now. So we have 13 minutes between now and 10 p.m. to come up with a research question. All right. So is there any other questions?
Please,
is there anybody that doesn't have
that systematic review stuff, does it have a particular website on its own, or is part of the Google Scholar stuff?
Okay, a systematic review is just like your is a type of journal article.
Okay.
It's a type. It's just like the way you're writing conference paper. There's another one called systematic review.
Okay, so one can just type on Google a systematic review journal or something, and Google will bring it out.
Yes, Google bring it out. So what we're going to be learning how to write one. That's exactly what we are going to be learning. So what I need you to do is come up with a research question. That's assignment number 1. All right. Thank you very much. God bless you. If you have any other question, just reach out to me. So I want us to be done with this by 10 p.m. If you have any question, just reach out to me personally. The chat is still on for those that want to drop their numbers, so for their group members can find them. But at the end of by 10, I'm expecting everybody to have a good research question. I think Engineer Udo is here, but I think his group members will update him. So this is the this is the end of the class. By 10 p.m., everybody should drop your research question on the group so that we can examine them. Thank you very much. I'll see you
Thank
by
you,
10
sir.
p.m. All right,
All
thank you.
right. Thanks a
So
lot.
check the group. Check the group. We have a group assignment though, for those that are just joining. We're not leaving. We actually we have a group assignment. So that's it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mom. So everybody should please go to your groups and start the assignment now. You can actually join if you want to do a WhatsApp call or whatever, you can go ahead. Just go and start something. All right. Yes, hello, good evening. Please, if you're just coming, just check the platform. We have an assignment that we are doing, so you can check the platform. Yes, hello, good evening, everybody. Please, if you are just joining and you are not in any group, please, you can indicate in the platform so that we can add you to a group.
I said, good evening. I just joined now. We are going to what is a group on? What is it group on? What is it group? Produce source. Recorder. Community participations, position towards the impact of sustainability. Representative of the game. I've tried chatting her up, but she hasn't responded. I don't know whether she's still available or not. I want to do something on sustainability. Okay. To do something about sustainability. What we're trying to achieve. The clearing principles is sustainability.